Hello. So it has never been easier for you to feel more empowered about your health. However, it's also never been easier for you to feel as confused as possible about your health. And why? Because there's so much out there. This is the world of prevention, of biohacking, of longevity, and all those other things in between that make you think that you can be someone who can live forever or as healthy as possible for as long as possible. The problem is, this isn't necessarily medicine. This is health. And health is not nearly as regulated as medicine, which means there's probably an awful lot of snake oil out there. And I want to find out what is snake oil and actually what's worth doing so I can tell you that, hey, these are the things that can really help you feel empowered in your prevention journey going forward, rather than you wasting your money on things which really don't work and are fads that people on Instagram use. We're going to start with blood tests. So at-home blood tests, it's a really big sector nowadays. Here's a company that has a really comprehensive blood test, and basically I can get it done at home and I can send it off in the post, and then I get the results a few days later, and I can see if that's going to be something which is going to help me improve my health going forward. So we'll start with blood tests as number one. Let's see. Now, I'm on my way to work in the hospital where we often do blood tests to look for sickness. In fact, we do tests on almost everyone that comes in. Blood tests are great because they look at sickness, they look at signs of inflammation, they look at all kinds of stuff that means we can treat you. However, I am a firm believer that we should also be doing blood tests for health. In fact, I feel like we should be doing them more often than we do blood tests for sickness. It's kind of a new way of thinking, and I'll talk more about that as the video goes on. And it really is that simple. So now that's going to post off to the lab and I'll get the results in a couple of days. Right. It's a couple of days later and my blood tests are back. I have them on my computer here, so I'll get my screen share up and just check out what this is. So I've done a pretty comprehensive blood test panel today. It's got everything from your full blood count, all the organ systems, through to vitamins and minerals and hormones too. And you can see that I've got a dashboard where I can see everything all really clearly. Now, if I'd given any background information, I'd have a nice big doctor's report here, but I didn't do any of that. I'll tell you why in a second. And I can go through things, and I can see immediately that things are green or red. Red's probably going to be a problem. I can see that, my kidney, liver health, full blood count, that's pretty good. Diabetes, I do not have it, fantastic. I can see my cholesterol status is a bit high. I need to do something about that, and that's the power of these blood tests. I can see that something's wrong, and I probably wouldn't have got my cholesterol tested for another few years at least. Now, if you get high cholesterol levels, that increases your cardiovascular risk. That can lead to things like heart attacks down the line. So the fact I know about it now means I can do something about it, and I can monitor it over time. I can see the trends over time. Going down a bit more, I see my uric acid is a bit high, probably puts me a bit of a risk of gout, so I need to drink some water, try and get that down. Iron shows a couple of markers that aren't really concerning. And my hormones are good. One is out of bounds and a bit red, but that's not really a problem. So on the whole, it's a pretty good blood test for me. And I really like it because I can see insight into my own health there. I've seen my organ systems, I've seen my nutrient levels, which shows that my diet is pretty good and I'm getting everything my body needs, and I'm seeing my hormones and thyroid as well. So on the face of it, that's great. Now, do I think this is good? So the whole point of this series is, does this empower me? Does this help me with prevention? Where's it gonna go on the S tier? It's on YouTube, right? So we might as well start doing S tier stuff about it. Before I do that, I need to come clean about this one in particular. So I work for a blood testing company. So of course I believe in it. I think it's really good, and I'll tell you why. So I've worked for a blood testing company for about 10 years now. And I would say there's probably about 3 types of people that come through the door or come through the post. And it's never going to be the hypochondriac. I think in the 10 years I can count less than 10 on my fingers of people who I think were over testing too much. It's people who are, well, in the UK, they have a medical condition, they're not quite getting tested as regularly as they would like. Now, that's not a criticism of the NHS, that's literally just health economics and things like that. But if you have something like a thyroid condition, for example, you might want to monitor it a bit more regularly, and you can do that privately. You get the people who are a little bit sick, but not sick enough to see their GP, so they get some blood tests done. And it turns out, if they actually are sick and they have something wrong, they'll be referred to their GP, so they probably should have got that blood test in the first place. So when people say this increased burden on the system, I don't think it does. Then I get the people who will never go to their GP, but they're doing something really quite dangerous. So a lot of people take anabolic steroids, over 1 million people in the UK, millions more around the world. They're really, really, really dangerous and very unregulated. And blood tests are the best way to look at their health and see if they're safe, basically, and they're not going to kill themselves. I see the very few percentage of people that take their health so seriously on steroids that they're keeping an eye on things. And I think that's a very important service. And again, you're not going to see your GP because your GP will just say stop taking them, because you probably should stop taking them, they're bad for you. And then there's people like me who take blood tests every year because I think it's very good from a preventative point of view. I liken it to your car, right? So you get your car MOT'd every year. And when something's a bit wrong, you kind of fix it and your car just carries on. We don't do that. At least we don't do it in this country. Tell me in the comments if you do it in your country. But we don't do that, which means that we kind of wait for you to get sick. And then when you're sick, we give you blood tests. And then we can see what's wrong and we can try and fix it. But often that's too late. And it also builds up this mentality that blood tests are for sickness. And my whole thing is that I don't think they are. I think blood tests can be for health as well. In fact, if I had my way, I'd probably do a blood test on every single adult every year from the age of 18 onwards. Why? Because it's going to be normal and it's going to be healthy. Well, if it's not healthy when you're 18, probably do something about that. But if it's going to be normal and healthy, and then you monitor your trends all the time, and then when things go slightly wrong, it really is just lifestyle which fixes it. It literally is diet, exercise. You can reverse an awful lot of stuff. I think that's great, and I'm doing that now. I would encourage other people to do it because it just gets you to understand your own health and keep an eye on things and make changes throughout your year which can benefit your health and change your health trajectory totally and completely for the better over time. And one thing that I've mentioned there, which is quite important, is trends. It's very important to monitor your trends over time. So snapshot blood tests, like snapshot anything, not that great. It's like you see that there's an asteroid in space, but you don't know if it's coming towards you because you haven't trended its movement over time. So what am I talking about? I don't know, but you've got to be trending things over time. Blood tests are great for doing that. So I think they're great. I'm going to throw blood tests in the S tier because I think they're fantastic for prevention, fantastic for empowerment, but it does come with some caveats, okay? So I think you'll find in this series that if I don't think something is S tier or up at the top of the list anyway, it's quite easy to slag it off, and I can tell you a lot of the negatives about it, and even there's a lot of stuff probably going to go in the F tier, which will be fun to watch. But when things are in the S tier, there's always going to be caveats. There's always going to be some things and some companies out there which are preying on people and doing things slightly differently. So I would say if you are going to do blood tests, sometimes you can get it done through your doctor. In some countries, they do it every year anyway. I know that. But if you're getting it done privately, pick a company which is reputable. Pick a company which has been there for a while and knows what they're doing. Pick a company where they ask you, why are you taking this test? And they give you the option to write down why, because the more information you can give to a doctor, the more they'll be able to write back to you. And that's the other thing. Make sure you have a doctor's report, not an AI generated report or a copy paste job or something generic, because it's not very useful. Like if you actually have a genuine thing or you really want to talk things through, just give more detail. And as someone who works for one of those companies, I can tell you the more detail you give, the more I'll be able to give back. Oh, and of course, I wouldn't go anywhere near a company which is doing dangerous markers. Now, what are they? So the markers I've done here, they are lifestyle markers. They are my general body function, and they are things based on my nutrition, and they are things that can respond to diet, exercise, lifestyle changes. I'm not going to do cancer markers here. I'm not going to do anything really scary or really specialist. And if a company is pushing them on you, so some companies will offer them, but they're not that easy to get, and then you should talk to a specialist when you do them. But if a company is telling you, you must do this because you need to look at your cancer risk or something like that, that's not good. Because almost every single cancer marker needs to be taken into context of who you are and what your symptoms are. So they really should be done with specialists, and likewise with really specialist tests, like if you're doing some weird abstract hormone or immunoglobulin or something like that. It doesn't really make sense to do that privately without any kind of like specialist supervision. So if that's becoming overly accessible and people are saying do it, do it, do it, don't do it. Go to another company and just get the safe stuff. So there you go. I think blood tests for health are incredible. And blood tests for monitoring your general health, letting you understand your health, and you feel empowered in staying healthy for a long time. I just think blood tests are great. I'm going to throw blood tests into the S tier. That's how we're starting this series, with the S tier. The only way is down from here. Hopefully not. I mean, I'd love to put everything in the S tier, but I think we know that's not going to be the case. Anyway, thanks for watching. Throw your comments down below. If you want me to go through anything else that you think might be a good idea over time, please do put that in the below as well. And if you have any experience with blood tests yourself, or you want to share any stories, put them down below, because I've learned from other videos, like the Manjaro video, for example, people are putting their stories below, and it's being really inspirational, inspiring to other people. And so I think that's great, and it's just a nice passive benefit from having a channel like this. Great to see. So thanks for your input, thanks for your support. Do follow this series, it's going to be fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.